second set. But it's true, John, you know, if you want to earn the respect, if you put 100% into your professional career and then you're not good enough, then that's just the way it is. But when you see talent that does not give it all, you know, then I get frustrated.
But you're not suggesting for a moment, we mustn't divert from this game too much, but in view of what Kevin said, you're not suggesting for a moment that he doesn't put everything into it. He is a true pro, isn't he?
Oh, absolutely. And when he's on fire and he you know, he's a little bit bouncy on the stage, he's a great player to watch and a great entertainer. You know, if I had to say one thing about Kevin, I think he just gets too annoyed with himself.
Yes.
Sometimes you just have to step off yourself, like Phil does, and you know, relax, take some big deep breaths. I mean, you know, Kevin's outside the comms box still signing autographs, having photographs. That's the great thing. That's when the adrenaline buzzing. You cannot beat that, Johnny. It's impossible to beat that.
And the fact is that had Matt Clark hit that double at the end, Kevin wouldn't have been doing that now. He'd have been on his way home, feeling sorry for himself. But he's going to be in round 2. He's going to be taking on a Spaniard, Rodriguez, next week around about this time. There you are, see, photographs and autographs, and suddenly the centre of attention. That's what it's all about.
Well, I can assure you, John, we don't want to dwell on it too much, but it's the worst thing in the world going out before Christmas in this tournament. I've done it, and it ruins your Christmas. It really does. But if you're through like Kevin Painter, you can sit there and eat your Christmas dinner and have a nice glass of wine, smiling at everybody else.
Well, the nice thing about being on the mic instead of up there on the stage is that you know you're in the tournament for its duration. Yes, the 16th World Championship here on Sky. Been involved in every single one of them, you and I, in different capacities. And good fun it is too.
Yeah, but I tell you what, John, if I was good enough, I'd swap it to being up there still. Well, Dennis Priestley now, 81. Looks at treble 19, his normal route. Although he used to go for the treble 15 because he used to love double 18, but he's changed that. He's got to go for the bullseye route now. That's the bullseye left. 1-1 in the second set.
32.
Well, I used the word unconvincing not so long ago in terms of Dennis Priestley when he hit a 45. Equally so, that effort. So a chance to go 2-0 up here, Warren French. Looking at treble 13, surely. 65, he's got to go 15 ball now. Treble 15 will give him double 10. Now then, bullseye beckons for the New Zealander.
35.
Well, if unconvincing applies to Priestley, it does also to the Kiwi there. So 9 for Priestley to leave double top to level up in this second set. Clean as a whistle, nothing unconvincing about that. Gets the break back that he was looking for, and it was a leg down in the opening set, won it 3-1. Just have the feeling that Priestley might do the same here now.
Well, you've nailed it again, John. Looks like he's going to kick on from here.
Thank you, ladies and
So
gentlemen.
Dennis has been out in Tenerife. Said had Colin Lloyd out there practicing with him. Dennis does like the sun, it relaxes him.
70.
Well, who doesn't? We have that annual trip to Las Vegas, and the summers we've endured in the last couple of years. I tell you what, that week in Vegas is more than welcome.
83.
These are good darts from French. Might have had a lot, but for the ricochet. Certainly putting in a better performance than he did against his Japanese opponent in the qualifier, preliminary round match. Warren French.
140.
Well, there's Steve Grubb. He's the one who's got Phil Taylor, and he says he's just going to go up there and enjoy it, which is what he's got to do, John. He's got to, you know, get the moment, keep the moment, because it's going to be the one thing he will remember for the rest of his life. Is going to be perhaps 2,000 people in here, you know, playing the best player that's ever been in this game. And if you can't enjoy it, like he said, then you can't enjoy anything.
That's right, that's right. It's a little bit like being drawn against Tiger Woods in the Ryder Cup, I would think. If you were a relatively unknown in a match play comp, somebody like yourself, if you were drawn against Tiger Woods, you would lap it up, wouldn't you? Just the experience.
Absolutely. You know you couldn't beat him, but just to tee it up, and well, in golf you can't go and give him a little kick in the shins or anything. So I'd be a bit lost there, John.
Game shot on the third leg.
I think there's less margin for error there in a round of golf somehow. The golf would be too wide to conquer. Well, they're on the wall and they're on the seats and they're in the hall.
25.
Taylor's the man that he has to beat, but not impossible. Very, very improbable though. Would be the major shock of all time. Probably not only in darts, but any other sport too.
Well, Steve Grubb can certainly play darts, because if you're going to come through one of our qualifiers, I can assure you've got to throw some brilliant darts. You know, let's not take anything away from Steve Grubb, because, as I said, them qualifiers, I watched them, John, and the standard is incredible.
Yes, if you won a tournament effectively in coming through, most certainly. There have been a few people menaced over the years.
100.
By this man. And I dare say, he says he's probably going to bow out of the game at the age of 60. Not entirely, but in the same way that John Lowe did a couple of years ago, Rod. It's so arduous now to keep a pace, keep abreast of all the tournaments and to travel to all of them, that I suppose in the end there comes a time when you just have to say,
100.
I've got to be more choosy, I've got to try and hang on in there some other way.
Well, there's over 40 tournaments next year, John, you know, throughout the world, so, you know, then he's pushing 60, you know, it takes a real lot out of your body, but, you know, the money that's in the tour, you know, I said on air that Phil Taylor in the next 12 months will probably win £1 million in prize money. I mean, a few years ago we wouldn't have dreamed of that happening, but it's certainly going to happen next year.
Well, you would have dreamed of it, but you wouldn't have got it. I know what you mean. Yes, July 2010, apparently. That's when he becomes 60. And whilst you're throwing darts like that, why not keep going? The double top. Right in the middle of the double top as well. Signals 2-0 to Dennis the Menace Priestley.